And on the phone, we have the captain of the Harriet II, Jim Cottrell. Hey, Jim, how are you this afternoon?
I'm fine, good, thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from you. I did not, for folks out there listening, we didn't plan this, so I really appreciate you calling in here. Can you describe from just your perspective what the heck happened this weekend?
Yeah, I can tell you pretty much. We were coming into the dock for our Saturday cruise. It was a 5 to 7 cruise. I had almost 200 people on the boat. And coming into the dock, and I could see that there was a pontoon boat that was too far back to allow me to position the boat to use the disembarkation ramp to get the people off the boat. So I got on the PA. I'm hovering in the water out there right beside the pontoon boat. I got on the PA and said, could y'all please move your boat up a couple feet, 4 feet, so I can get the boat in here to get these folks off the boat. And nothing happened. So I did that about 5 more times, and still they're just looking at me. So finally I said, okay, now I'm going to call the police to get your boat moved. And when they get down here, they're going to see the alcohol that you have on your boat. I said, I don't think you want that, so move your boat before I call the police. And they started shooting birds at us.
Oh, no.
So I called the police. And we waited there for a while. I called them at 6:59. And so we waited for a little bit, waiting for the police. There was a whole line of security guards up there at the park, just right above the dock. So we waited for a little while, and then the guys left that were on that boat. They left the boat and just left the park, or they left the dock. So I assumed they were gone. So Stewart, who captains the pedal boat, was there, and I knew he could get his boat in and out of that area. So I called him on the phone and said, hey, Stewart, man, can you come over here and get a couple of my deckhands, drop them off on the dock, and let them move that boat for me so I can get my boat in? He said, sure. So he did. And then so my 2 deckhands went over there. One of them was my senior deckhand, my first mate. He was the one that was attacked. They went over there. They know how to move a boat. And in the boating world, boaters are generally, very friendly.
Right.
And in the boating world, it's common. If you have to move somebody's boat, it's not like it's nothing to get upset about. You have to move a boat sometimes. Particularly though, we're a passenger vessel. That boat weighs over 500,000 pounds.
Right.
You don't want to be in its way if you can help it. So anyway, they went over there, moved the boat, and after they moved it, those guys came running back. They must have still been in the park or up in the gazebo or something. And the one, at first there, I thought maybe they were going to have a little discussion. It was going to calm down. Now, see, we're 40 yards or 30 yards away from the dock watching all this. There's nothing we can do. And about that time, another guy comes running up, and then within a minute or so, it was all out brawl. And then I saw some more guys coming. I said, oh, thank God, they're going to break it up. But instead of breaking it up, they jumped on him too. So at one time, it was like six, 7 guys on my deckhand who was just trying to move the boat. So this went on for a minute. Some people came from the plaza and helped pull some guys off of him. He got away for a little bit there. Things started to calm down a little bit, and the police showed up. And I said, okay, it's going to be okay. And my deckhand came back over and motioned me to bring the boat into the dock, that everything was calm. And by this time, I said there was already a half dozen police officers on the dock. This is about 15 minutes later. And so we started bringing the boat in. And as soon as the boat hits the dock, some of my crew who saw my first mate, Damien, being attacked, felt they had to retaliate, which was unfortunate. I wish we could have stopped that from happening, but when you see something like that,
right,
and it was difficult. It was difficult for me to sit there in the wheelhouse watching him being attacked, and the whole time I'm on the PA, stop, the police are here, stop. wasn't even stopping them. So once we get to the dock, and then that's when a little bit of the melee started, and finally the police got control of it. I'm just so thankful nobody had a weapon.
Likewise. Well, and I'd imagine, I appreciate you telling us all that. I'd imagine from just seeing what I saw on the tape that the guys that all y'all who work together, y'all seem pretty tight. Like, this isn't just a day job. Like, these are folks that it's a kind of a work family, right?
Well, they're shipmates. Shipmates is,
right.
Different than most jobs where people work together and go home. Some of these crews, like we just got back from bringing the boat back from Mobile. We were on there for 7 days. All spend the night watching movies when we're doing the work, getting the boat up. Being a team, and cleaning the boat too, coming up the river.
Well,
so shipmates are like a team, and I want to make one point. I do want to make is
sure.
It wasn't a black and white thing. I had every single white crew member male on the boat was on the dock.